So our opponents also, one of the things that our opponents said was that minorities are at risk. But compared to all residents who died between January 1998 and December 2002, those who died by physician-assisted suicide were more likely to be college graduates, Asian, younger, divorced, and more likely to have cancer. No one is encouraged to use euthanasia. To date, persons who have chosen to use the law have been well educated, have had excellent health care, good insurance, and have had access to hospitals and are supported financially, mentally, and emotionally. So one of the requirements to be able, the Death with Dignity Act has a couple rules that a patient must be in order for them to go through euthanasia. One of them is they have to be an adult, so they have to be 18 or older, so that already says that minorities are not at risk. They must be able to communicate well, which means they can't be mentally or unable to speak their mind. And they also must have a terminal illness that leads to death within 6 months. Also, one of the procedures that is required with the Death with Dignity Act is that the prescribing physician must inform the patient of other feasible alternatives to the Death with Dignity Act, including comfort care, hospital care, and pain control. They also went over palliative care. Now, palliative care, it says that that they are doped up on like morphine to ease the pain, and there was no either or with respect to these options. Every appropriate palliative option available must be discussed with the patient, and if reasonable, tried before a request to assisted death can be accepted. But if you think about it, patients who are paralyzed from the neck down don't feel any pain. Why would they still want euthanasia? A lot of the reasons, or a big reason why a lot of patients want euthanasia is because of the emotional pain it puts on them. They're unable to move. They're going to be in a vegetative state for the rest of their life. So they just want to get it over with quickly, even though they're not in any real pain. Another thing that they said is the slippery slope. This is a common misconception, and it is completely false. This law's multiple safeguards specifically require and guarantee direct patient involvement. And euthanasia is an ambiguous term concept that implies a person's involuntary death. In order, like I said, in order for euthanasia to occur, there are many steps that must be gone through between the physician and the patient, which includes multiple psychological tests, multiple statements that they want to die, and let's see. Also, they talked about, adding on to the fact that they could administer morphine to the patient. That could also be considered a type of euthanasia under the doctrine of double effect. This means that providing treatment that has a side effect of speeding up the patient's death. So like if morphine was given to a patient in efforts to help them ease their pain, but instead ended up quietly ending their life instead, that would be another form of euthanasia. Why should the states legalize it? And a lot of laws will uphold the integrity of the doctor-patient relationship, which means it'll make it so the doctors can't just end the life of the patient. They have to be constantly talking. Laws require the patient self-administers the prescribed med to hasten death, so the doctors aren't actually administering it to the patient themselves. The patients are administering it to themselves. And the law ensures that the patient and no one else is the driving force and the ultimate decision maker in the process.